Welcome. My name is Arcadius, the founder and owner of the Indomitable Solutions. From today onset, I'll be running a series of episodes that explain Forex trading. And I believe at the end of each and every episode, you'll have gained an extra skill, an extra tip on how to trade Forex successfully. And these episodes are very important for those who want to get into the Forex market for trades, but at the same time, for those who already experienced the market and they just want to get extra skills or extra knowledge on how the market operates. Therefore, without wasting much of our time, this will mark our first episode of a series of 10 episodes that I believe at the end of the 10th episode, you will have learned what you need to understand about Forex trading. So basically, this module should help you to do what? To dive into the realm of Forex trading, gain insights, strategies, and even empower you in the dynamic market of Forex trading. And I believe as I get into this module, or as I get into this episode, it will start, or it will mark the start of the journey of a successful Forex trading. Therefore, let's dive into it. In this episode, we shall be covering 4 critical areas in regard to Forex. That is, what is Forex? Why you should trade Forex? Who trades Forex? And when can you trade Forex? Let's dive further into it. So, what is Forex? Just for an onset. For a person who is hearing this term for the very first time, or somebody who has heard about this term, is basically the largest financial market globally, that is across the world. Its daily turnover is able to surpass both the stocks and even the bond markets. Therefore, it is a decentralized global market where currencies are able to be traded. You're able to trade both the major and even the minor world currencies on this platform. The market in itself is highly liquid. It has got competitive pricing, but at the same time, it has constant activity throughout the active hours. That is, in the case of weekdays and also on specific days, as I'll be sharing with you in the course of this video. So in a nutshell, therefore, Forex trading is basically foreign exchange, or simply put, currency trading. And I'll be sharing with you how those currencies are traded against each other and how do you leverage, but at the same time, how are you able to make profit as the currencies are exchanging from one to the other. Listen to this. The currencies must be able to trade against each other for you to make a profit. So the market must be active for you to do what? To trade. Therefore, I'll be sharing with you even what are the appropriate times to trade and when is it not appropriate to trade, or when is it inappropriate to trade. The market is the most liquid, and being the most liquid, therefore, it is very good or very viable for both trading and also investing. There are people who are doing Forex full time. So that is their form of investment, their form of daily activity. So it is a market, or is a form of trade, or a form of occupation whereby you can make a living out of it. Therefore, I'm telling those who have not got into the Forex market or into Forex trading to take some time, review this episode as I'm sharing with you, and see how viable they can get into the market. And I'll be sharing with you all the details you need to know in regard to the Forex trading market. Therefore, let's proceed. Why should you trade Forex? For close to a quarter decade at the moment, this is a question that has always spanned the minds of the people I've met who are either in the Forex market or are planning to get into the Forex market. And I've realized that most of the people procrastinate or postponed their actual time to get into this market. But I believe through this video or through this episode, I'll give you enough reasons to convince you, if you've not started trading, to get into the Forex market and start trading. But if you also started trading, I'll be giving you the emphasis the motivation you need to continue or persist in your trades. Therefore, I'll be sharing with you 6 reasons why I think it is very prudent to trade in the Forex market. The first reason, therefore, is the market never sleeps. Therefore, you are guaranteed for 24 hours each and every day for 5 days in a week, excluding the weekends. The market will be open and you can trade. But at the same time, this is also limited based on your time zones. Remember, we've got different time zones, and I'll be explaining more on that as we proceed in the course of this episode. Therefore, by the market being active throughout the week, you are guaranteed that you can place a trade at any given time and expect returns on those trades. The second reason why you should trade Forex is by holding either a long or even short position, you are guaranteed profitability. You are guaranteed returns. Meaning, regardless of the position I take in the market, provided I provide accurate and the real analysis of the market, I'm guaranteed to get returns. Therefore, the market is not fixed. You can hold a short position, get your returns. You can hold a long position, get your returns. Therefore, the market has got unlimited chances of winning at each and every time. The third reason why you should get into Forex trading or why you should Forex trade is it has got low transaction costs. As opposed to other markets, therefore, this market specifically, or this industry specifically, because it is not controlled by local governments or local authorities. Remember, I've told you this exchange of foreign currencies, meaning we are talking of currencies between nations, between regions, and so forth and so on. So there is no control with a certain sovereignty or a certain country on what happens in the Forex market. I'll be sharing with you the partners or people who trade in the Forex market, and you'll realize that countries are not involved. Therefore, it attracts a low transaction cost, and this means there is minimal commission and even fees when you are getting into the Forex market. At the same time, it allows you to have tight bids and even ask spreads, especially when you are trading on higher volumes. Therefore, you don't incur an additional cost when it comes to executing your trades. The fourth reason, which I believe is the most fundamental reason why you should get into the Forex market, is leverage. You can trade with the larger positions than the initial investment. For instance, if my initial investment is $10,000, I'm able to leverage that with my broker and even trade with volumes of even $100,000. Therefore, in that case, I'm able to hold larger positions or larger volumes of trades with my initial capital, which is not so large as the position that I'm holding. Therefore, and remember, such chances are not in all markets. There are very few markets that are able to offer you that. If you go into your banks, you can only guarantee a loan to a certain extent based on their own loan application terms and conditions. But in this case, your broker is able to leverage you, is able to leverage the amount of money or the amount of input or the amount of resources you put into your Forex trading platform or even market. Therefore, you are able to make more with little. Therefore, it is able to offer you significant profit potential, but you should also understand this, there is risk that is involved. So I'll be sharing with you how do you ensure that you are holding the right leverage position, but at the same time mitigating on the risk, because at times, because of the leverage, so many people have blown out their accounts because of the enticing effect that comes with leverage. But I'll be sharing with you on how to maneuver around that topic of leverage and ensure that despite leveraging your input, you are able to make profits, but at the same time manage the risks that are involved. The fifth reason why you should get into the Forex market or why you should start Forex trading is the market is highly liquid. And I think you've heard of people talking about the importance of a liquid being liquid, basically. Having the ready access to cash. Because of investments, the rapid growth in the economy, and even the needs that you have as individuals, is always important to get into a business or into a facility that you are certain your funds or returns are liquid. You can easily convert your trades into money easily, so easily. So that is a very important reason on why you should get what? Into the Forex market. Therefore, for 24 hours each and every day for 7 days in a week, you can always access your money in the Forex trading platform. The last reason I'll be sharing with you, there are so many other reasons, but I've just chosen to share with you these 6 main reasons on why you should get into the Forex market is accessibility. It is so easy to enter into the Forex trading market. With the right broker, it is so easy. You don't need a lot of time, a lot of logistics. You don't go into those so many other bureaucracies that are attractive in starting a business. In this case, provided you allocate or identify the right broker, you can easily start trading as soon as even today. Therefore, it is so easy to access the market. But at the same time, we have got mini and micro accounts that allow for low deposits. Therefore, you don't have to pull a lot of money for you to start Forex trading. With a little amount that you have, as little as $1,000, as little as $100, you can get into the Forex trading market, provided you just identify the right broker and get into the market and start trading to make that profit that you intend to make in the market. So let's proceed to the next slide. I want us to look on who trades in the Forex market. As I shared with you earlier, the market is between currencies which are foreign. Therefore, there is no country that has got control on what happens in the Forex market. And as I was mentioning that, I said I'll be sharing with you who are these people or who can get into Forex trading, because it's very important to understand, as much as I'm sharing with you knowledge on how to get into the Forex market, are you qualified to get into that market? But at the same time, who are these other participants in that market? Listen to this. The Forex trading market has got diverse participants. There are so many participants in that market. But at the same time, it allows millions of traders, you and me, to get into that market and do or execute our own trades. Examples of the traders in the Forex trading market are, we've got individuals, that is you and me. We have banks, both local and even international banks. We have corporations. These are huge corporations, small corporations. Provided I've got an interest into the Forex market, they can always get into those Forex markets. We've got hedge funds and so forth and so on. So what is my message to you? My message is, provided you meet your broker's terms and conditions, you can easily get into the Forex market. The Forex market is not so hugely limited. Provided you are able to meet the conditions of your broker, as an individual, you can easily get into the Forex market. And most of the brokers demand that you should be of age. That is the maturity age or the consent age. Therefore, with that considered and these other conditions which are not so mega, you can easily start trading as soon as today. Therefore, I'm encouraging those who have not gotten into the Forex trading market to find it within themselves to go through my episodes as I'm sharing with you, but at the same time, also identify a potential Forex trader, broker, who can help you on that journey. And I'll be sharing with you at the end of my episodes, I'll be sharing with you my preferred brokers, both locally, that is in Kenya, but at the same time, internationally or globally. Those who can help you to execute your trades, but at the same time, guarantee your returns. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure we shall be doing this to make a living, to make profits, or even to make returns. Therefore, it's very important for me to connect you with the right brokers that can help you execute those trades, but at the same time, make a lot of returns while mitigating risks in the Forex trading market. So when can you trade? What is the most appropriate time for you to get into Forex trading? So as I shared with you earlier, the market is open for 24 hours, 5 days each and every week. That means from Monday to Friday, the market is open. The market is only closed on weekends. That is the first thing you have to understand as you are discussing on what time or when should you get into Forex trading. But at the same time, you should understand this. The market or the trading is divided into trading sessions. And we've got the main trading sessions as follows. We have got the Sydney session, the Tokyo session, the London session, and the New York session. So it's important to understand in your local time zone, how do these trading sessions align? How does the Sydney session align? How does the Tokyo session align? How does the London session align? And how does the New York session align? Because you can always make trades at any of these given sessions, because I've told you the market is not locally regulated. The market is open for 24 hours. That's why I shared with you earlier. As one market might be closing, for instance, as one session might be closing, as the Sydney session might be closing, the Tokyo session might be preparing to open, or it might be already be in progress. As the Tokyo session is closing or almost closing, the New York session might also be planning or almost opening. Therefore, the market is always open, but you have to understand what is the most appropriate time for me to be in the Sydney session, or to get more returns in the Sydney session, in the Tokyo session, in the London session, in the New York session, and understand how do I leverage my time and my resources and expertise towards ensuring that I'm able to make maximum returns at each and every session that comes. But this is a very important secret I'll share with you. I think this is the first secret I'm sharing with you when you're getting into the Forex market. Market volume increases when sessions overlap. For instance, when the Sydney session is overlapping with the Tokyo session, there'll be huge market volumes. And when there is huge market volumes, you should also be guaranteed that there'll be huge exchanges. That is Forex exchanges or foreign exchange between currencies. And you're guaranteed that you can also make high returns during those market overlaps. So it's always so important to understand, when does the Sydney session overlap with the Tokyo session? When does the Tokyo session overlap with the London session? And when does the London session overlap with the New York session? And as you check, I've shared with you just a graph that is showing how the sessions operate in the course of the day. That is between hour 0 to hour 24. How do the sessions overlap? As you can see, between hour 1, and this is just for practical example, but I think you can put it in your own local scenario or in your own local time frame. Between hour 1 and hour 9, the Sydney session is open. From hour 2 to hour 11, the Tokyo session is open. From hour 11 to hour 19, the London session is open. From hour 15, that is, or rather 16, to hour 24, the New York session is open. And you can see on the 10th hour, there are 3 sessions that are overlapping. That is the Sydney session, which is almost closing, the Tokyo session, which is also almost closing, and also the London session, which is preparing to open. Therefore, you can see that throughout the day, we've got all the 4 sessions covering each and every hour in the course of the day. And as I've said, you can put that in your own local setup using your own local time. And I'll be sharing with you also links on how you don't have to put these in a very complex way. There are apps that can help you to navigate these sessions in your local time frame or in your own local time zone. Therefore, I'll be sharing those links with you later. In the course of the week, which are the most appropriate days to trade? And I've shared with so many people regarding this. Why should you trade on specific days, and why should you not trade or not put a lot of emphasis in trades on certain other days? If you check on the bar that I've shared with you on the screen, we have specifically days that are dedicated or designated for trading. It's okay for you to trade from Monday to Friday. Yes, that is okay. That is in the course of the week. But which are these days that have got guaranteed high returns, but at the same time, they are very less risky days, or what I can call they are more profitable as opposed to these other days. So what I've shown in green are the most appropriate days for you to trade. What I've shown in red are the days that you should not consider trading at all, because in the first place, the market will be closed. That is, on weekends, the market is always closed. Therefore, I'm repeating these. The market opens on a Monday and closes on a Friday, based on your local time zone. So it's always very important to understand what is your local time zone and when is this market closing. What is local time in Sydney? What is local time on Monday in Sydney? What is the local time on Friday in New York? We should always understand the time zones. These markets are opening, but at the same time closing. That is on Monday and Friday. So always trade on Tuesday. Never miss to trade on Tuesday and Wednesday. These are very good days. But at the same time, when trading, don't trade up to the end or up to the closure of the market on a weekend or on a weekday. You can trade the early hours of Friday, but try to avoid trading deep into the late hours of Friday. But at the same time, on Monday, the markets are still opening. Therefore, it's not so much recommended to start trading on that days. But as I've shared with you, I'm still repeating these. Due to the different trading sessions, a Monday does not always guarantee that a Monday starts differently in Sydney as it starts in New York. There is almost a 24-hour difference between when it is Monday in Sydney and when it is Monday in New York. Therefore, it is important to understand when is the trading session opening in Sydney. That becomes their Monday. Therefore, check on the Tuesday of Sydney. When is the trading session closing in New York? On that Friday, when is it closing? Therefore, check their trading session in New York when it closes, as per the local time. Very important. I think you've understood that. And in case you don't get anything right, just pin your comments in the comment section and I'll be responding to them individually. You can also call me on my contacts. I'll be sharing with them. I'll be sharing with you later, or just DM me on WhatsApp and I'll be sharing with you more tips regarding the same. Let's proceed and move to the next section of this episode. So I've shared with you the most appropriate days for you to trade. So I also want to share with you when you should not trade. Days that you should not trade, because I've seen so many people making this mistake. They just get into the Forex market because they've been told it's open 24 hours, 5 days a week, and they want to trade each and every time, each and every day. But that is not always the case. Listen to this. You should never trade, or you should avoid trading, or you should trade with caution on these days or on these sessions. The first session is on bank holidays. Bank holidays are meaning the major or mega banks, the global banks, not the local banks, banks that have got a global reach or an international reach, never trade on their holidays. The second session you should never trade is Friday afternoons and weekends. And as I've shared with you, you should understand when is the Friday afternoon in New York, when is the Friday afternoon in Tokyo, when is the Friday afternoon in London, and when is the Friday afternoon in Sydney is always important to understand. Never trade on Friday afternoons and weekends. I think that is very clear. Also, never trade end of December. Don't ask why, but I believe just put it as a law or as a fact. as you get into the market or into the Forex trading platform. Also, never trade when angry or frustrated. My friend, I've seen so many people blow out their accounts, not because they lack the expertise or the experience, but because they were not mentally prepared to get into trades and they went into those trades. Therefore, when angry or frustrated, when traumatized, when depressed, when anxious, never start or get into a trading. Also, never trade during Asian sessions. I'll be sharing with you what that means. But I think I've shared with you the 4 mega sessions. That is the Sydney session, the London session, the Tokyo session, and the New York session. Therefore, besides those 4 sessions, never trade on those other sessions that I've not mentioned. The Asian session, never trade in that session. Also, never trade when there is a release of news events, and I'm referring to mega news events that have got the ability to impact the rest of the globe, the financial courses of the globe. For instance, when the UN is making a mega announcement, it has got a huge impact on the globe. When certain mega companies, for instance, Tesla, Apple, are making certain announcements, Walmart and so forth and so on, are making certain announcements. When they're announcing what you've seen, for instance, the war in Ukraine and Russia, those are mega events that turn around trading or how finances operate across the world. Therefore, on such dates, never get into trades. Also, never trade when the market is closing or during market closing time. For instance, let me assume the Sydney market is closing on Friday. It is now on a Friday in Sydney and the market is closing. Remember, closing on Friday means that is at midnight. But does the market close at midnight? No. When does the market close? I'll be sharing with you the specific times that market closes. But when the market is almost closing, regardless of the session you're operating in, never place trades. Lastly, never trade during overnight. Because as I've told you or as I've shared with you, the market, yes, operates for 24 hours each and every day because of the sessions we have. And I've also shared with you the sessions at times overlap. But at the same time, overnight means there is no active trade. For instance, when it is nighttime in New York, all the major banks are closed. Those corporations are closed. Individuals are also resting or relaxing. Therefore, nobody is active in the market. So only trade when the market is active, meaning during the active hours. And the active hours are during daytime. That is also a very important aspect that you should get clearly from the onset. So I think it is very clear from you when you should trade and when you should not trade. I've seen so many people who have got the experience, yes, in trading, but they don't get this knowledge. I believe by sharing with you these tips in these episodes, I'll be educating you on how to get into Forex trading, but also not just get into Forex trading, become a profitable trader. I want to see a change. Forex trading is not gambling. You need the skills, the expertise, the time, and the experience for you to win or put successful trades each and every time. There are so many people who are making a living out of Forex trading, but there are also so many people who are miserable because of trading or because of Forex trading. So you should choose your wars. Do you want to be the victor or you want to be the one who stumbles down or who thinks trading is gambling? Therefore, I've shared with you specific details and I'm continuing to share with you. And I believe at the end of these sessions, we shall have understood what is the most important thing to do. We shall put all this knowledge together and see how best to use it to ensure that you are able to navigate the market smoothly, but at the same time with a lot of easiness in terms of making profits from the market. that marks the end of our first episode. And let me just say thank you for taking your time to view this episode. And I'm preparing the second episode, which will be uploaded in the next few days. But in case you've got any question in regard to what I've just shared with you today, you can always reach me on my phone number. Is shared on the screen. That is 0721 290 925. But preferably, I'll prefer a DM because at times I'm always busy. But I'll always respond to your DM. So always DM if you've got any potential question. But at the same time, I'll be responding to each and every comment you make on this video. Therefore, take some time also to comment. If you've got maybe additional tips that you can add on what I've just shared today, put them in the comment section and I'll make an effort of responding to them. But at the same time, sharing with more people, because I want us to have an engaging session whereby I'm sharing with you the tips that I know. But at the same time, I don't give myself the monopoly of wisdom. I understand you also have tips that I might not have mentioned in this video, but you can add. Therefore, put that in the comment section. I'll also be pinning those vital comments. And on my email address, you can reach me through indomitablewriters@gmail.com. It has been the Indomitable Tech Series. And until next time, adios.